Hello, Washburn Law School graduates. December 2020 is a great month of accomplishment for you, and I want you to know that I and the faculty, we are very proud of you. Graduation from law school in any year is an amazing accomplishment, but in this year, it's a particularly amazing one. And so we want to celebrate with you with this video tribute that we've prepared. The faculty and the staff have worked very hard to prepare something special for you because we cannot convene in person to commemorate your graduation from law school. I hope you enjoy this video. It is a very heartfelt sentiment from all of us. Congratulations.
Greetings, graduates. My name is Lynn McCreary, and I'm a proud member of the Washburn Law School graduating class of 1994. I'm also the president of the Washburn Law School Alumni Association Board. And on behalf of your Alumni Association, I'm delighted to be with you, albeit virtually, as you join the ranks of over 9,500 other Washburn Law graduates across the world. What a time to be graduating. A pandemic, health concerns, racial unrest and tension, economic fragility, political uncertainty, and a daily realization that our democracy is indeed fragile. So many problems. What a time to graduate. What a fantastic time to graduate, and one for which law school has prepared you well. Fantastic because there are so many opportunities ahead. The world needs you right now. I believe when you started law school, you crossed the threshold of Washburn Law with hopes and dreams and aspirations to make a difference. And you can. While you were here at Washburn Law School, you gained two essential components of a solid legal foundation. The first, an excellent legal education from an exceptional school with exceptional, distinguished, and committed faculty, each of whom worked hard to prepare you for the real world. You dealt with real-world issues, studied real-world problems, and had opportunities to interact with legal practitioners, with judges, with potential clients, all of which allowed you to get more than a taste of the real world through Washburn. The second essential component you gained while here is the network of people. You called them classmates then, but the people that will become your legal colleagues. No matter where in the world you go, the folks that you graduated with, the folks that you went to school with, will be your colleagues in the practice of law. As you take your energy, your enthusiasm, your hope, your humility, your patience, and your Washburn education with you, be bold and be proud to be a Washburn alum, to be what the world needs, to be an innovator, a believer, an inspirer, a protector of our democracy, a legal leader, to be a Washburn lawyer. Marshal the hope you had as you crossed the threshold 3 years ago. Add to it the friendships you made at Washburn and the education that you gained, and go and make the world a better place. There is no better time for you to begin your career. Maybe an easier time, maybe, but not a better time. Because growth and pride is not earned doing things that are easy. And I know that you all feel proud of your accomplishments, and we are proud of you for them. As you move forward, I ask you to remember a few things that Washburn Law School and my path that I walked after leaving law school taught me. First, and given what we've seen in 2020, I'm stating the obvious, life will be full of surprises and not all of them will be welcome. But I urge you to consider things as lessons and not as failures. Life is like a menu. You look at a menu, you select something that sounds good. It turns out not to be something that you like. Please look at that as a lesson and not a failure, and take from it a lesson. Second, patience is powerful. My law school experience reinforced what I learned. in my childhood, reinforcing that having the patience to outthink, outwork, outlast others will pay dividends. Quality takes time, and you must be patient. Take the time to do things right, so that when you sign your name as a Washburn lawyer, you can sign that name with pride. Third, to represent someone's interest is an awesome privilege. The someone you represent may be wealthy or poor, may be a multinational company, it may be a startup or a nonprofit. Whomever your client, please remember the problem you're solving is theirs and not yours. You're accountable for it, but it's their problem that you've been entrusted with, and respect that privilege. Finally, please remember where you came from, and that Washburn was your first professional legal home, and that home really is where the heart is. Washburn will always be here for you, and we hope that as you continue to matriculate in your career and go from being a Washburn law student to a Washburn law graduate to a Washburn lawyer, that you'll represent our beloved school with pride and enthusiasm, and that you'll stay involved. Join the Washburn Alumni Association. Come to board meetings, come back to the school, talk to students, offer them your time and talent. You've been through a very unique law school experience, and sharing your experience with others and encouraging them to go through their unique experience with the knowledge that we can persevere is important, and that will be valuable. The law school needs you. We all need you. On behalf of the Washburn Law School Alumni Association, again, sincere congratulations on your law school graduation, and our best wishes for a long, prosperous, successful, and happy career to each of you. All the best.
Congratulations to the December 2020 graduates for your accomplishments. I hope each of you and your families are safe and healthy. That is about all we can ask for anymore is our health. I hope that during my brief message, you will think about your time at Washburn and relish in the moment for a second. It was just a short time ago that each one of you began at Washburn Law, and now you all are graduates and will have a JD affixed next to your name for the rest of your life. You have put in countless hours into studying and preparing for this moment. Here is a quick and dirty guide to Washburn Law for the families out there, and to the graduates, hopefully some fond memories. You know the saying, life comes at you fast? Well, we all found out that law school comes at you even faster. Professor Bahadur's first week, I think, took some years off of all of our lives, and then his civil procedure class made me never want anyone to call me by my last name again. We learned when Bahadur says chill, I think we found out that we should probably be doing just the opposite of that. We found out that there are several Donnas in the building and that they pretty much run the whole place when you combine everything that they do. There is the Dean of Student Affairs, who is always there whenever you have a problem or just need to vent. Some of you call her Queen Lowry. Professor Boyack sings at least once a semester and at the same time can talk and write faster than any human being I have ever met. Professor Jackson wears any color combination humanly possible and may even cancel class if you file an emergency motion underneath his door. Professor Grant uses M&Ms to teach, and I can't think of any better way to learn in her gifts and stiffs class. Finally, how can we forget Professor Duncan and his rubber chicken and the infamous bundle of sticks that to this day none of us understand. Jim Valvano once said, in your life you should always know three things: where you came from, where you are, and where you are going. Some of you may be first-generation lawyers. Some of you may be first-generation graduate students. I know I was. When you think about the time it takes to get to this moment, one cannot help but think about where you came from. I hope that each one of you have had some sort of support system during law school, that you've had some people you could lean on and help you get through the briefs, midterms, and finals. I hope some of these people are watching this video with you and celebrating this accomplishment. I hope you take a moment to thank those people who made it through this with you. There are also people who may have told you that you could not get here. This moment is for them too. This moment is for the people that may have said, you could not get into law school, that the profession maybe wasn't for you, or even that you would not graduate. While you may not have realized it, these people motivated you and helped you get to this point, and I hope these people continue to motivate you throughout your life, and you continue to prove them wrong, because I know you can. This class and last May's class are unique. I'm not sure anyone has graduated law school during a pandemic since the early 1900s. That's where we are, though. We are living in times that I never expected to see with my own eyes. However, just because we are in the middle of a pandemic does not mean that you will not find a job, because you will. Does not mean you will not pass the bar, because you will. Living in the present, although chaotic and crazy, gives you perspective and will help you get through the bar prep and the job search. Your goals are even more important now because people need help. It is cliche, but is something almost everyone says when asked why they went to law school: to help people. This is an honorable profession. We cannot change not having a graduation or studying for the bar exam in the middle of a pandemic. However, we can use these challenging times to really focus on what we want to do to make this world a better place, because we all can make an impact. Washburn has taught us well. Soon you will be licensed attorneys. We will have prosecutors, defense attorneys, public defenders, people working in big law, people working in small law, and might even have some politicians. That is where you are going. The one thing that always helped me get through law school was that everyone was in the same boat. Everyone was studying and just trying to get through. I know that right now, though, in the pandemic of 2020, everyone is in different places. What we are going through is different for everyone. But what is the same is that we can all still be there for each other. In the real world, there will be times that rival law school, but you might not have the people next to you helping you and motivating you. I encourage you then to reach out to those people who supported you through law school. It's our job as classmates to check up on each other. We have to stick together through these times, and sometimes we need each other more than we think we do. I wish you the best of luck with this next chapter of your life, and remember that just as your JD will be with you for life, so will your classmates and your memories of how you did not let the year 2020 stop you from reaching this day. Once again, congratulations and good luck.
Daniel Beall-Hall. Daniel Beall-Hall is from Olathe, Kansas, and graduated from the University of Kansas in 2017 with a Bachelor of Arts in Public Administration. He'll be relocating to Wichita after the bar exam to be an assistant public defender. During law school, Mr. Beall-Hall was a representative in the Washburn Student Bar Association and the secretary for the newly established Criminal Law Society. He's grateful to have had meaningful internships with the Missouri State Public Defender in Kansas City, the Washburn Law Clinic, and the Washburn Criminal Appellate Advocacy Clinic. His parents, Leonard Hall and Carla Beall-Hall, both graduated Washburn Law and encouraged his application to the school. His grandmother, Ida Viola Beall, attended Washburn University School of Nursing, and his grandfather, Charles Beall, taught accounting courses at Washburn. His grandparents, Richard and Nancy Hall, were longtime residents of Olathe, Kansas, and wished for Daniel to have a good university education. Mr. Beall-Hall cannot wait to serve clients as a public defender and is deeply appreciative of all who have given support to him by friends, family, fellow students, and the law school's faculty. Mr. Beall-Hall will graduate with an advocacy certificate and a certificate in law and government. Reilly Scott Beeman. Reilly Scott Beeman comes from Dallas, Texas, where he graduated from the University of North Texas. Benjamin Ellis. Benjamin Ellis comes from Springfield, Missouri, where he graduated from Missouri State University, earning a degree in history. While at Washburn, Mr. Ellis interned for the City of Topeka Prosecutor's Office, clerked for a local law firm, and was involved with the Washburn Student Bar Association, the Criminal Law Society, and the J. Reuben Clark Law Society. He plans to return to Missouri after graduation and practice criminal law, either as a defense attorney or as a prosecutor. Mr. Ellis would like to give special thanks to his friends and family, especially to his parents for their love, encouragement, and support. Ricknit Gill comes from Toronto, Canada, where he graduated from Brock University with a BA with honors in sociology with a concentration in criminology. Mr. Gill was a member of the Criminal Law Society during his time at Washburn Law. Following graduation, Mr. Gill plans to practice in criminal law. He plans on becoming a defense lawyer and is committed to providing legal representation to those who are less fortunate and may not be able to afford legal representation. Mr. Gill would like to thank his mother, father, and sister, Jasper Gill, Swarn Gill, and Reuben Gill, for all of their continued support, love, and belief in his pursuit of becoming a lawyer. He would also like to give a special thank you to Rena Bola for her continued faith, love, and ability to push him to be the best version of himself. Mr. Gill will graduate with an advocacy certificate. Weston S. Liesen. Weston S. Liesen comes from Quincy, Illinois, where he graduated from Quincy University with a Bachelor of Science in Business Management in December of 2012. Mr. Liesen was a member of the Christian Legal Society during his time at Washburn University School of Law. Following graduation, Mr. Liesen plans to move to either St. Louis or Kansas City and practice in medical malpractice defense, personal injury, or criminal defense. He would like to thank his mother and father, Janet and Stephen Liesen, for all of their support and patience during the pursuit of his legal education. He would also like to give special thanks to the following for believing in him and encouraging him to attend and graduate law school: Rick Irvine, John Howard, Mike Moore, and his grandparents, Barbara and Bill Gully, and Joan and Tom Liesen, who are no longer with us. Douglas Nathan Miller. Douglas Nathan Miller comes from Manhattan, Kansas. He graduated from Iowa State University with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and a Bachelor of Science in History. It is anticipated that Mr. Miller will graduate with Dean's Honors. Laura G. Politi. Laura Politi was born in Topeka, Kansas, and was raised between the United States and Italy. She is trilingual and can communicate in 3 additional languages. Ms. Politi graduated from the University of Kansas with a Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, where she discovered her passion to fight sex trafficking. After undergraduate graduation, she lived in Palma de Mallorca, Spain, for 4 years, where she taught English and volunteered for trafficked women and girls. While in law school, Ms. Politi became a board member for the International Public Policy Institute, a non-governmental organization under the United Nations that primarily works to combat sex trafficking of women and children survivors. She also attended several United Nations events, including the annual event for the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women. Ms. Politi has dedicated the past decade to fighting for survivors and plans to use her law degree as a tool to promote an international cultural exchange, particularly assisting Black, Indigenous, and people of color survivors. Ms. Politi would like to thank her parents, Janie and Paolo Politi, her sister Alessandra, and her grandparents, Kate and Jim Billinger. Rest in peace, Kate. She would also like to thank Dean Pratt. Furthermore, she thanks her partner, Sean Wright, and her close friends and family, Debbie, Karen, Terry, and Alan Billinger, Barbara Smith, Julie Michael, Shailu Sharma, Angelica Willis, Liz Bohannon, Dorothy Stuckey Haley, Sharon Sullivan, Judy Werder, and each individual with whom she shared the struggles and laughs. Charles Edward Thomas II. Charles Edward Thomas II comes from Lancaster, Kansas. He graduated from the University of Kansas with an engineering degree. Mr. Thomas served as treasurer to the Washburn Student Bar Association and to the Federal Bar Association during his time at Washburn University School of Law. He would like to give unyielding thanks to his mother and father, Teresa Thomas and Charles Thomas, because without their support, this wouldn't have been possible. Alice VanDoren. Alice VanDoren comes from Wichita, Kansas, where she received a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice Sociology from the Wichita State University, magna cum laude. Ms. VanDoren chose Washburn for its Kansas vibe and community feel. She desires to work in family law, estate planning, and bankruptcy in Kansas and eventually Oregon. Ms. VanDoren would like to give a special thank you to her father, Darrell VanDoren, for never, ever giving up, and to her Uncle Keith and Aunt Darla for all the love, support, and horsing around. And a special thank you to her son Ian, who has grown into an amazing young man. She also gives the biggest possible thank you to all of the professors and staff for the tissues, shoulders, and hugs that it took to get her through this chapter of her life. Sarah Pride Vitt. Sarah Pride Vitt was born and raised in Lansing, Kansas. She is a proud Kansas State University alumnus, where she studied family studies and human services with a pre-law emphasis. While at K-State, she acted as the Student Governing Association's Attorney General. Immediately after starting at Washburn Law in January of 2018, Ms. Vitt decided to take on the task of co-chairing and planning the annual Barristers' Ball. Throughout her time at Washburn, she served on the Washburn Student Bar Association, welcomed new students as a 1L student group leader, and attended the American Bar Association annual conference on behalf of Washburn, and is currently representing clients through the Family Law and Immigration Clinic. Upon passage of the Kansas bar exam, Ms. Vitt will be a practicing attorney in her hometown of Leavenworth, Kansas, at Crowe and Associates, focusing on family law, estate planning, and general civil litigation. Ms. Vitt would like to thank her family, friends, and the Washburn Law faculty for providing guidance and encouragement to her for the last 3 years. She would especially like to thank her husband, Weston, and her parents, Ray and Linda Pride, for their unwavering support. It is anticipated that Ms. Vitt will graduate with Dean's Honors. Shailu Sharma. Shailu Sharma comes from Kathmandu, Nepal, and is receiving her LL.M, or Master of Laws degree. She studied in Kathmandu School of Law and is an attorney in Nepal. Ms. Sharma's journey as an LL.M student at Washburn was very exciting because it was a different culture with the different practices in a different language. She says the entire year of her LL.M program has been a learning experience. She's learned the American way of doing things, and it was very exciting to be part of the American education system. Ms. Sharma would like to honor her family, her father Ram Sharma, mother Kalika Sharma, and her sister Sharisti Sharma. She would also like to thank her professor Laurie McMillan, as well as her friends Arye Panta, Rowdy Yates, Joe Sheldon, Ivan Moya, Lauren Politi, and Marisol Rios, who helped her to understand American culture. Her focus is criminal law, and she is either planning to take the American bar exam or moving back to her country with a new experience which will help her to work on improving Nepal's criminal justice system.